everyone. Today we are going to study chapter 4, Nutrition in Living Things. Nutrition. It is the process of taking in food and water and using it for growth and other life processes. Need for nutrition. For supply of energy required to do work. Then for growth and development of body. To replace the damaged cells and repair tissues, and to fight diseases. We get several types of nutrients from foodstuffs. Nutrients are the constituents of food useful for growth and energy. There are two types of nutrients, macronutrients and micronutrients. Nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins and fats are required in large quantities. These are macronutrients. Minerals and vitamins are required in very small quantity. They are called micronutrients. Autotrophic nutrition. Some organisms can produce their own food and thus nourish themselves. This is called autotrophic nutrition. Plants also need food for their growth. They can produce their own food with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a green pigment or substance found in plants, algae, etc. Plants produce their food with the help of photosynthesis. Let's study the process of photosynthesis. Water, minerals and salts are absorbed by roots from the soil and the stem transports them up to the leaves. Leaves have small openings which are called as stomata, through which they take in carbon dioxide from the air. Chloroplasts are sac-like organelles which are present in leaves and they contain chlorophyll. Chlorophyll absorbs sunlight, helping to convert carbon dioxide and water into food. Oxygen is given out in this process. Besides leaves, photosynthesis takes place in some other parts of plants like stem. Example, cactus. Since cactus have thorns on them, the stem of cactus, which is green in color, performs the process of photosynthesis. Transport system in plants. Transport system of plants consists of xylem and phloem. Xylem transports minerals and water from the roots to all the aerial parts of the plants. Aerial parts of plants are the parts that are completely exposed in air. For example, leaves, stems, fruits, flowers, etc. Phloem transports the food from leaves to the other parts of the plants. The food is either consumed or stored. Though the plants have transport system, they do not have a separate digestive or excretory system. Excretory system is the waste removal system. Nitrogen fixation. Plants produce carbohydrates by the process of photosynthesis. They are made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. To prepare proteins, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen is required. Plants cannot use the gaseous nitrogen present in air. It needs to be fixed, that is, converted into compounds. It occurs by biological and atmospheric methods. Let us study about biological fixation of nitrogen. Two different types of microorganisms can bring about biological fixation of nitrogen. Root nodules of leguminous plants contain the rhizobium microorganism. These microorganisms absorb atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into its nitrate, a compound. Microorganisms like Azotobacter are present in soil. They also convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates. Atmospheric fixation of nitrogen. Lightning occurs in the rainy season. This causes atmospheric nitrogen. Atmospheric nitrogen means nitrogen which is present in air and oxygen to react with each other to form nitric oxide, which is again oxidized to form nitrogen dioxide. Oxidizes means chemically combine with oxygen. The nitrogen dioxide dissolves in rainwater and is converted into nitric acid, which gets added to the soil along with the rainwater. This acid reacts with different minerals in the soil and convert into salts. Plants use this nitrogen salts for their growth. Symbiotic nutrition. It is a relationship between two organisms in which they share their nutrition and shelter. Some fungi grow around roots of some other trees. The plants on which the fungi is growing provides nutrients to the fungi, and in turn fungi supplies water and minerals to the plant on which it is growing. Lichen is an example of symbiosis between algae and fungi, where the fungi provides water, minerals as well as shelter to the algae, and the algae provides food to the fungi. Heterotrophic plants. Heterotrophic plants are those plants which do not produce their own food due to the lack of chlorophyll. So these plants grow on the body of other plants to obtain food. Such plants are called as parasitic plants. Example, Loranthus and Cuscuta. Due to absence of chlorophyll, the Cuscuta is completely dependent on the host plant. Hence, it is said to be a completely parasitic plant. Host plant is the plant on which heterotrophic plant grows. Insectivorous plants. These plants obtain their food and nutrient requirements from insects and animals. These plants grow in soil which is poor in nutrients, especially nitrogen. These plants grow close to the ground. These plants have attractive colors like red or pink. Some plants have small hairs at the margin. There are some plants like Drosera which has sticky substance found at the tip of hairs that attracts insect. The scientist Johannes Burman identified this plant in Sri Lanka in 1737, hence the plant is named after him. Saprophytic plants. Plants which obtain the food from dead and decaying bodies of other organisms are called saprophytic plants. Various types of fungi like mushroom and yeast are saprophytes. Fungi secretes digestive enzymes on the dead remains. Digestive enzymes are proteins that speed up chemical reactions that breaks down or simplifies the carbon compounds present in the dead organic matter. The resulting solution is absorbed to obtain nutrients. Here is a table of role of nutrients and effects of their deficiency on plants. Nutrition in animals. Nutrients are very essential for proper functioning of the body, which are obtained from food. They are supplied to the various parts of the body through blood. The food that we consume does not mix with blood as it is. It needs to convert into soluble forms that can easily mix in blood. Nutrition in animals involves various steps from ingestion to egestion. Ingestion involves food being taken into the body. Second, digestion, conversion of food into simple soluble forms. Absorption, transfer of soluble food to the blood. Assimilation means utilization of absorbed food by cells and tissues for energy production, growth and repair. Egestion, removal of waste products and undigested food from body. Types of nutrition in animals. First, holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition is merely taking food in through the mouth. Amoeba does not have organs like hands or mouth. It can take in food through any part of the surface of its unicellular body. It surrounds the food particle from all sides to take it into the cell. The food is digested with the help of different enzymes. Undigested food is left behind as the amoeba moves further with the help of pseudopodia. Pseudopodia means false feet. In unicellular animals like amoeba, euglena, paramecium, etc., all the steps of nutrition occur within their unicellular body. Insects have mouth parts for ingestion of food. For example, insects like the cockroach and grasshopper, which nibble, have jaw-like mouth parts. Butterflies suck food with a tube-like proboscis. Mosquitoes and bedbugs use a needle-like mouth part to pierce and a tube-like mouth part to suck blood or other fluids. According to the types of food, animals can be classified as herbivores. Herbivores are the animals which gets their energy by eating plants. Example, cow, elephant, deer, etc. Carnivores. Carnivores are the animals that eat other animals for nutrition and energy. They are indirectly dependent on plants for food. Example, animals that feed on herbivores are called as predators. Animals that feed on insects are called as insectivores. Omnivores. Animals that obtain their food from both plants and animals are called omnivores. Example, monkey, chimpanzee, human, bear, etc. Some of the organisms around us perform the function of cleaning and conserving the environment by the very act of feeding themselves. They are called scavengers and decomposers. Scavengers obtain their food from dead bodies of animals, for example, vulture, crow, hyena, etc. Decomposers. Decomposers are microbes which obtain their food by decomposing the dead bodies of organisms or other animals. Saprozoic nutrition. It is a process of intake of food in some insects, unicellular organisms, which absorb liquid organic and inorganic substances from their surrounding. Example, houseflies, ants, spiders, etc. Parasitic nutrition. Some animals depend upon other animals for food. They can obtain the food only from animals on whom they are dependent. This is called as parasitic nutrition. There are two types of parasitic nutrition. First is ectoparasitic nutrition. Some animals live on the body surface of other animals and obtain their food by sucking their blood. This is called ectoparasitic nutrition, and such animals are called ectoparasites. For example, louse, bedbug, tick, etc. Endoparasitic nutrition. Animals like tapeworm and roundworms live inside the body of other animals and obtain their food. This is endoparasitic nutrition, and these animals are known as endoparasites. I hope you have understood the lesson. Thank you.